Jason Mobley, the UC Guru, back for another product review. This week, the Poly X30. Now, I love this product. I'm going to go over this review, but I wanted to start by saying, as of today, the X30, the X50, and the G7500 are now Zoom Room certified. So let's go. So many times when you're designing a Zoom room, especially either in a huddle space or a medium-sized conference room, you don't always want to have all these 100 different components plugging into a computer. You might want an all-in-one type unit. So today, let's talk about the Poly X30. From an unboxing perspective, in the box, you get the camera bar all-in-one unit. You have a privacy filter to cover up the camera. Of course, you get your HDMI cable, you have your network cable, power, and then of course you have your adapter if you want to mount it to your monitor. From an initial setup standpoint, when you first boot up, you get the Poly logo, and then it changes to this screen, and then before you know it, you're already loaded into the Zoom application. On the controller, it comes with a TC8 controller, which I actually like this better than the iPad and the way that it stands and supported. So, of course, it discovers the network, it waits to pair with the actual unit, and then it does that on the TV as well. You get an IP address. So another feature about this that I really like is that you can get into a web interface of the Zoom room and set all different kind of settings specific to the Poly unit. You pair it with a controller, and setup time was about 5 minutes on this unit, so not so bad at all. From a specification standpoint, on the audio side, you have 4 MEMS microphone. The mic pickup was about 15 feet, and you have a single speaker in mono. On the video side, you have 4K resolution with a 4x digital zoom, 120-degree field of view, and again, I'm very particular on having a wide field of view, especially with this type of setup, so the 120-degree is perfect. It has automatic people framing, and if you've used any of the Poly camera units in the past, I can tell you that Poly's got the camera game on lockdown. They have an excellent camera set up in all of their products, and camera presets are available. From a software perspective, it does have Zoom Room, the native application pre-installed, so no software to load. And on the hardware, it is an all-in-one design. It's got a 10100 1000 NIC with 802.11, Bluetooth 5.0, and it comes with a TC8 Zoom Room controller. So the X30 has a big brother, the X50, and you can't talk about the X30 without talking a little bit about the X50. So the X30 is ideal for huddle rooms up to 6 participants. The X50 kind of moved from the small to mid-size conference room up to 10 participants. Again, from a monitor supported perspective, the X30 does 1, the X50 does 2. Speakers, the X30 has 1 and the X50 has 2 in stereo. Microphone pickup is about 15 feet on the X30 and 25 feet on the X50. Camera zoom 4x and 5x respectively. They both support camera presets. The X50 does support external microphone support, and they both do work as a trio controller. And from a size perspective, the X30 is about 17.39 inches wide, where the X50 is about 30 inches wide. From an expansion connectivity perspective, you have one HDMI input, one HDMI output that is touch compatible, so you can add a touch monitor to this and actually do whiteboarding on the Zoom room. It has a USB-A 3.0, USB-C, and of course, Ethernet or Wi-Fi. So from a rating perspective, I gave the Poly X30 on setup, absolute 10. Features was a 9, integration was a 9, expandability was a 9, and priced at about $2,100 MSRP was a 10. So overall, 9.4, excellent job, Poly. If you're interested in doing any Zoom hardware or software product reviews, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'd be happy to review your product. And again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.